It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints.
To a whole nother level. From no better. When I got rich again, gold coming slow, 6 racks on a sweater. Think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these.
We're through the warm-ups. Both teams are ready. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. On the return, here's Ray Davis. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. First tone of the game for James Cook. And he gets him about 3 yards here on the game's first offensive snap.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Another one for Cook. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Allen on 3rd down. Flush down out to his left. Now he'll throw deep, back towards the center. His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Jonas Sanker. And the Saints have an early opportunity. That's an interception on the game's first series.
Allen's pass. Intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10.
Ready.
This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints. Parlay the interception into points. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Well, that right there, partner, that is not a team who looks like it is a steep underdog. That is exactly the type of start they needed. And I can imagine being in their old building might be playing a part in it.
Yeah, and we know that home field advantage really benefits the defense more than the offense. As an offense, you just want to do your part. You want to light the fire and let those fans really let their voice be heard. Should benefit their defense immensely.
Smith has it on the tee, and it's ready to send it flying. On the return, here comes Davis. Making some progress here. Races past midfield. Into the red zone. Touchdown on an incredible return. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe. Yet so tough to execute on the field.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
At their own 19-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 70 Lions. Go.
Shock working from the gun. Nice game left side. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for a Saints 1st down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Here's Shock, 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Set up. 72. Come 19. Ready.
Shock. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. And let that pass rush get home.
Ready.
So things not looking good after that sack. 15 to go here on 2nd down.
19 Lions. 19 target. Take over.
Shotgun snap to Shock. Short pass brought in. And this is only going to be a small gain to the 42. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down.
It's a gain of 5. 3rd and 10.
3rd down, here's Shock. And the call on his back, Kamara. And the hit is made, so they bent to the competition, but they didn't break Brock as they force this 4th down.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit.
Got it. Ready.
We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. And on 4th and 2, they are going for it.
Hawk 7. Hawk 7. Ready.
Trying for it with Shock. He connects downfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
For the extra point, here's Smith. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7.
Bill 7.
Smith has it on the tee, and it's ready to send it flying. On the return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. It's up.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. He's around him. He's got space. Finds a seam. Left side. He's off to the races. Has some room to work. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a James Cook touchdown. Prater on for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bills tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's a return from the 7. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Saints to the line now. First and 10. Chuck now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
On 2nd and 10 now, here's Shuck. That one's cut along the left sideline. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. 28-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Saints first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 from the 43.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Bronco 80. 19 Tiger, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Go!
Now Shuck to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be driven out for the last pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing, getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
To throw again here, it's Shuck. It's caught left side by Hill. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's on the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-out completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10, here's Shuck. Right back to Hill, this is caught. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More from Caesars Superdome in just a moment. 2nd and 3 now. Back to throw. Shuck. Almost has 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Throwing now out of the shotgun. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints get some late points and the lead. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Point after good from Smith. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7.
Bills 14.
Smith has it on the tee, and it's ready to send it flying. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. It's a small gain up to the 38. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. Gets some space around midfield. Reaches the 40. He's at the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a James Cook touchdown.
Hey, Kate, we're not even to halftime, and this guy has already got a game's worth of success. And the great thing is that, yes, it benefits him individually, statistically, but you know it just sets the table for everybody else because that play-action pass should be devastating.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills tie this game at 21. We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fields this one at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Shuck looking to pass here. Lobs this one deep down the left sideline. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of this. Ball down there by Deion Walker. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
27-yard line.
Throwing from the gun here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get some late points in the lead.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
For the extra point, here's Smith. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. Smith has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
319!
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. First and 10. Here's Allen. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Allen on the play action. Catch made by Cooks. And he's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Bills have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. So much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Brown 80.
They'll motion him out of the backfield.
What's that?
On first down, Allen escapes the pocket. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Allen gonna throw again. Completed to his running back. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up.
It's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and
Allen on
7.
3rd down. He beams one deep right side. Wide open down the field, and he has it. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills earn the chance to tie it before halftime.
Every touchdown's got its own story, but for me, Kate, that one's all about courage. Courage of that receiver to run all the way across the field. Courage of the quarterback to know it's going to take a little extra time. That courage paid dividends for 6.
Tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They've got first down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. Shock working from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield.
And the Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50.
Shot now on first down. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack.
Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. That's Cole Bishop.
Intercepted by the Bills. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
It's going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Brown 80.
They send a man in motion.
Regular. What's that?
Looking to throw. Trying for the deep ball. It's complete. Oh my, they left him wide open downfield. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. First half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Here's a return from the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Check up.
They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Offensive line fast.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Throwing. Shot.
22-yard line.
Completes this one to Hill. Has some daylight through the 40. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
At the 42-yard line.
First down from the 42.
Here we go, set.
Chuck now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Here's Shuck, 1st and 10. Chased out to his right. He can run it. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a Saints first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
That's caught at the 4. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
19 Tiger.
Shot with a quick toss out wide. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Shuck. Rolling left, buying some time. And this is going to be a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints take the lead right away in half number 2.
What a great moment to celebrate and possibly educate this rookie as well, Kate. That's just tremendous effort. He shows off the speed that he has. But they'll go look at those tablets. They'll figure out if there was somewhere to throw it. He showed you right there. When there's not, this kid can run.
The extra point. Here's Smith. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Smith has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. On the return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. New set of downs for him. It starts at the 38.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Bill.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. A lot of traffic up the middle there, and his bounce outside, and that's him 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
319.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Brought in right side by Kincaid. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
A gain of 3 yards. And the Bills first down. First and 10.
Allen now on first down. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though. Here, we've got 2nd down. Now he already has him picks up one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Again, it's Cook. Throwing the power forward, but he's not going to get it. Great effort to hold him to just 1 yard. That makes it 4th down. 3/4 in the books from this one. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. That's cut beyond the marker. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. Oh, about 19 yards on 4th down, partner. And the call to go for it pays off.
1st and 10.
This is Cook on the handoff. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Pass it down close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Saints' 3-yard line.
Here's a give to Cook. And they keep him out of the end zone. Can't even get beyond the line. Touchdown denied.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and
10. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Fullback trying to power him across. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bills now trail by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th.
35.
We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. His return starts at the 5. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32.
Maybe in the end this return just gets lost in the shuffle. But you surrender a lead in the 4th quarter and you feel that momentum being lost. That's exactly what excellent special teams do. They turn it around. It's why that 3rd phase is coached and coached and coached, because you never know when your opportunity may arise. What a great return to begin this drive.
Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's 2nd down coming up. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
On 2nd and 10 now, here's Shuck. It's caught left side by Hill. And he's tackled for a short gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw it. Ooh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. He drops it. Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're up against it here on 4th down. Looking to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
One way or the other, that was going to be a decisive play to break this tie. They thought that they could pick it up, no question about it, and build some momentum down the field. But how about a shout-out to that defense, now setting their offense up in great position.
Throwing now on 1st down. Allen getting out to his left. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Bills in range for a game-winning score. Offense is set. 1st and 10. This is Cook. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Cook. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length to the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Pulled in by his back, Cook. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal, Buffalo.
Setting up to pass. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. He'll look to throw it. Escapes the pocket. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Wow, this has been a tough series. Sacked on the 1st down play, forced to throw it away right there, an awfully difficult 3rd down now staring you in the face.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Here he is to throw. And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. Gets a touchdown.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pringer on to send it away. Has this at the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 32. Back to throw. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
It's a 10-yard
Bills are
loss.
going to go ahead and call their first time out.
And 20.
Going to need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. Here he is to throw. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 20.
Looking to throw it. And that's incomplete. There's 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down. Throwing now. It's intercepted. That will do it. Picked off by Tre'Davious White. And the Bills.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the New Orleans Saints. We're set for football, and we are underway from the Superdome. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Ready.
Here's Love looking to pass on the first play. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Liking 18.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Now he's going to step up and run. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6.
Shuck now to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. With Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
To throw now, Shuck. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just a split second too late on the release. And this one is right through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really should.
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Matthew Golden, 73 yards. And the Packers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
60 Bison.
From the shotgun, it's Shuck. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
From the gun on third down, here's Shuck. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. He's got his target. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
12 yards. And the Saints, first down.
Shuck again. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
To throw is Shuck. On the RPO, he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tyler Shuck, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have regained the lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 2. Ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team moves it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchdown. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Looking deep here for Dobbs. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Here's Love. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
The second down pass, intercepted. The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Shuck. This one complete. It's Devon Vele. Have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Shuck. They'll get that complete to Vele. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And they'll hand off to Hull. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Throwing, Shuck. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
gotta chill. I be on my little mouse drill.
On the jump.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they added 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Packers. Matthew Golden. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2.
The Packers will set up for the 2-point
Love throwing for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Packers 14, Saints 13.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man is tipped him. And they get it down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the Saints, first down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that would wind up incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given them a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. They will throw again. Shuck. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go. Here's Shuck. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Shuck out of the shotgun. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Saints have yet again retaken the lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did. All the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
On the double.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And, CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time I think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Looking deep here for Dobbs. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Black shot.
Love to throw for it on 4th. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Michael Davis. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not as skilled.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Love. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Now this aired out deep for Reed. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
41 yards.
A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
First and goal.
Love looking to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Touchdown, Green Bay.
Tucker Kraft, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after.
And that one will give him the lead here as we approach halftime. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Liking it.
Looking to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Following the interception, Love. Touchdown, Packers. Matthew Golden. As the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone. Love going to throw for it. Now he's going to step up and run. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good.
27, Saints 20.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they look. He's got him in, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. Moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Pack the 60. Pack the 60.
They'll look to throw here. He's caught inside the 20. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is indeed good. And that will do it for this first half.
Saints 23.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Yeah, they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Now he'll tuck this and run. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that will bring up second down. To the air again. Here's Shuck. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have retaken a third-quarter lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead.
Packers 27.
Ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
That one good for 20 on a catch and run.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Shot, 17. Ready.
Now Love. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jonas Sanker. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
To throw now, Shuck. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
shift things around.
And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Shuck now to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A run here with Hall. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Third and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third, and
they're going to look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That third down conversion good for 23. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10. Down at the 31.
First and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught by Vele. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Tackled back at the 26-yard line.
To throw is Shuck. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Here's Shuck. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
At the 23-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the sack, it's second and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Shuck. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And that's incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And his kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
23-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on the... It got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards.
First down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 down at the 33. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. They'll get it to the 23-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. Now, the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance.
Striker, 3-3. Set hut. Red, striker, 50 red.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Oh, he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Here now, 2nd and goal.
Come on, set. 52 blue. Ready.
Now Love. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Green Jack. Hut, hut.
Love. Now he's going to step up and run. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Field, black. Set hut.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the... We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Tonight we've got a good NFC matchup on tap as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the New Orleans Saints. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from the Superdome. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
I see through your act and I see.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready, tonight.
First run now for Kyron Williams. And good running there as he'll take this all the way out to midfield. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
A good run there off right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Lady.
Again, it's Williams. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Stafford. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They snap it to Stafford. He'll try to do it himself. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive.
Here we go, sack.
First down, here's Esterman. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 37-yard line.
Throwing, Shuck. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
That's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage and then get on top of you in a heartbeat.
Here we go.
Open man is tipped him. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Okay, break. Track 60. Ready, go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. 47 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. Yeah, perfect omelet. Dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Worried about your hands though. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-zip. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for L.A. 48 yards. Now Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Stafford now to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis. And the Saints will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New Orleans Saints. On the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for
Touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Right there.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line.
A 1-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He sets to fire deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Kevontae Turpin, 63 yards. And the Cowboys march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Straight ahead, Estime. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Offense is moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll hand it to Estime. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them, and they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 31-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Saints. 1st down.
From the shotgun, it's Shuck.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks have so many options when they have a 4 vertical route because they can hit any one of those 4 at any time, often for a big gain. But to me, the key is don't lock in on any one of them. It's best for him to look in one direction and throw in another.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Now loose football. The ball comes out. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a 1st down.
19 more yards. That's another Saints.
They'll look to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll slide to a home here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Here we go. Sack.
On the give, it's Estime. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down. 4 yards.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthinking. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw now, Shuck. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Shuck now to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the 1st down marker. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And his kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch. On the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield at the 48-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Cowboys 1st down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it again with Williams. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. Javonte Williams, 38 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And they're going to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
Saints 6. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get any. And guys, man, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do, put a man on him. The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll get 10 there on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
10 more yards. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. If he wasn't a first-round pick, they want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I think he would have tried to run through the entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
to throw his shot
at the 14-yard line.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throw left side, taken in by Hill. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll indeed go. Here's Shuck. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Saints take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now he's going to step up and run. And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
A 45-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half.
15. Saints 13.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Gain of 14 yards. That's another Saints first down.
Now Shuck. On the throw, read him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Third quarter of a 2-point game. A good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Estime. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
By DeMarvion Overshown. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Cowboys' 16-yard line.
We'll get that complete to Vele. Just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
3rd and 5.
Back to throw here. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tyler Shuck, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. extra point ranked in the middle. And the lead is up to 5.
Score Saints 20, Cowboys 15.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On the option to give to Williams here. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Off the fake, now Shuck's going to throw. That is caught by Vele. Powering his way forward. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devon Vele, 49 yards. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And foul he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On play action, Prescott. Open man, the tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. And he's taken down inside the 30. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Prescott going to change the play.
At the 29-yard line.
going to 53.
Back to throw now on first down. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Luke Schoonmaker, 28 yards. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must. But look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing, Shuck. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put him in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Shuck to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Well, Prescott here to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll need a big play here with Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Now Prescott. He'll try and do this himself. That is intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25.
Prescott's pass intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. He'll look to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
10 at the 50-yard line.
19 tight.
Back to throw. Open man is tipped in.
You get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Throwing here, Prescott. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Well, we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Here's 3rd and 7. Try to take this home. They'll run. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as it's stopping with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. This is 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. He's back to throw. That'll be caught by Hill. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Makes the score Saints 31, Cowboys 31.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Now Prescott. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
36 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Here's first down.
Yeah, here we go. All right, hey, 47. We're going to 54. One, hey. There we go. Kill. Hey, kill.
One last shot now for Prescott. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.
table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the New Orleans Saints and the Buffalo Bills. Enough build up. The ball is teed up, and we are ready to go. And we're off and running from Western New York. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First tone of the game for James Cook. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. He goes to the hurry up here. Allen on the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's got this complete to James Cook. All right, short on marker for the moment, but they've got 3rd and short coming up from their own 44. Enough from the pistol to Cook. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty.
Alert! Ready? Go!
Running it after the penalty. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Working quickly here.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
Play action now. Allen. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Escapes out to the left. That's caught for the first. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get it on the slant, you find yourself with a gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB, and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there. When you execute it right and you execute it on time, the big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Chuck will throw to get us started. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Chuck now from the gun. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. All right, 0-2 to start the game, and I'm guessing, partner, we're probably going to see a 3rd pass now here. 3rd down, here's Chuck. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far. Offense in a hurry up here.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Trying for it with Shuck. That's complete inside the 35. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him a first on 4th down. Handoff to Home from the gun. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Pressure coming. It's Shuck. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk. To get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they're staring at 4th and long. All right, so they're going for this. I like this being aggressive from the get-go on their opening drive. 4th down. Here's Shuck. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
1st down now, ball at the 33. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. Working quickly here.
A loss of a yard on the play.
Allen on 3rd and short. Headed out right. He's going to run for it. Along the outside, he crosses midfield. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. Only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
Having gain up about a handful there. Winneseca in from the secondary, making that stop. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Another one for Cook. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Offense to the line fast.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd and
Allen on 3rd down. Flush down now to his left. And he's going to go down. Great work by the Saints. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
A 3-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Allen sends this to the end zone. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take a 13-0 lead.
Those front office personnel people love to pair speedy wide receivers and ask their coaches to do just that. Put some play action in there. Let him go run. Because with this speed, that route is a winner, chicken dinner.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now Prager on to send it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Chance here for one final play before the end of our quarter. 1st and 10. Here's Shuck. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. And that is the end of our 1st quarter. Our score, 14-0. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
And Bills get to him. Down he goes. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
Coaching youth football, Kate, this is where the kids like to say, it's starting to get real. It's starting to get real for this offense. They've got to find some solutions. This deficit, it's getting bigger, and that sack isn't helping matters.
Has it downfield working the left. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Shotgun snap to Shuck. It's caught offside by Hill. And this one doesn't go far. Offense up to the line fast.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Bills' 22-yard line.
Shuck working from the gun. He will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints make it a one-score game in the first half.
There are a couple different ways now. You can win on a fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
The extra point. Here's Smith. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Saints 7.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and
From the
6.
shotgun, it's Allen. Brought in right side by Kincaid. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. And goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd.
Allen setting up play action. Buying some time right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack. So with that, Brock, we've now reached our 2-minute warning. Bills with the lead here at Highmark. Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance.
56, round 80.
They are going for it. Allen. He's got it deep downfield. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off of that game. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. Looking quickly here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Play action now with Allen. Rolling out to his left. Now he takes it. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the first. So a fresh set of downs now from the 39. Allen now on 1st down. Forced out to his right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills grow their lead just before halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills double their lead to 14. Now Prater on to send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. 1st and 10. Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. Chuck to throw. Completes this one to Hill. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Here's Shuck, 1st and 10. He put everything he had into this one. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be sent out of bounds on a play that sends them all the way down into the red zone. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Finds a man underneath. It's Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints making a one-score game before halftime. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Smith tacks on the point after. And the Saints chuck the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Saints 14.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball into the 35 to begin this drive. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. It's Allen out of the pistol. On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. And he will slide down just a little bit shy getting that 1st down. But able to avoid the hit. Smart play there. That's going to set up 2nd and 1 at most.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
He doesn't get the chance to add on to that play, but this still has him across the midfield stripe all the way down to the opposing 42. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
At the 42-yard line.
On 1st down, Allen. He rolls to his right. He can run it. That one hits the ground, incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out. So the offense was right to be walking backwards. The flag does go against them. Throwing here, Allen. He's still going at the 30. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Okay, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
He's running with it. He's out of bounds. Looks like right around the 5-yard line, partner. So they're going to be set up with 1st and goal.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
Allen. Flushed out of the pocket. And this is going to be a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills will add to their lead at the end of the half. Josh Allen, the touchdown. Managed that clock beautifully down to the final moments Saints, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Prater adds the PAT. And the Bills double their lead to 14.
Bills 28, Saints 14.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
35-yard line.
Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Back to throw it. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. Finally caught, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Bills. And they take a little momentum for themselves here, Brock, as they get the turnover on the final play of our half. Now Prater on to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He's going to get this to the opposing 41. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Shuck now from the gun. Nice game left side. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Saints 1st down. Offense in a hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10. Here's Shuck. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's 2nd down.
The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Now Shuck to throw. He's got it near the 10. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. To the end zone, but incomplete. Couldn't get it. That's going to set up 2nd and goal. Ooh, sure looked like they were sitting on that slate, weren't they, Brock? If a route was going to beat them, it was not going to be that one.
Yeah, we see this route all the time, really at every level of football, because as a receiver, you just want to get inside that defender, and when you do, you hope to find that connection, but the contact.
And this is going to be a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints cut into the lead coming out of halftime.
That's exactly what this offense was dreaming of when they brought him in as a rookie quarterback, showing off that ability to run. And Kate, that's exactly what these defensive coordinators are hoping to not see. Yet another dynamic rookie quarterback who can score it with his legs.
The Saints will line up for the...
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he reaches the end zone, so the 2-point conversion will cut the lead down to 6.
Saints 22.
They get the 2 out of it, partner. Nicely done, but into double coverage. Felt like they kind of got away with one there.
That is a quarterback's best friend. I can't tell you how many times your players, your teammates, your offensive skill guys around you come back to huddle. Just say, give me a chance. Please, just give me a chance. Throw it up. I'll make you look good. And he did right there.
And And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Here's Cook. He powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Working quickly here.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Half 85, half 80.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Getting out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
5-yard gain on the play.
Alert!
And the Bills 1st down.
Here's a give to Cook. He'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. He got a nice little gain on the ground.
Now Allen going to the air. An all-around tough play for him. Took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it. Right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throw on the ball. And they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Offensive line fast.
That's good for Bills. 1st down.
1st and 10. Here's Allen. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to the air. Allen. Buys time, rolling right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Tight. Middle.
Air it out on 3rd. Chased out to his right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
3 straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on 4th. Bails out of the pocket quick. Going all the way to the end zone here. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Rush coming for Shuck. Look at that power, deep left side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
3rd down, here's Shuck. Has a man on target to Johnson. And he has this down to the 34. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Saints' ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Shuck working from the gun. Taking a shot towards the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That play is so impressive on so many levels, not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or let him establish possession for the score. That is so, so good.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to attain through that hit. So that brings up 4th and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers to talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, but you couldn't do it.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Hold now from the gun. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Shuck. It's caught right side by Johnson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Offense up to the line fast.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2. 19
tight.
Looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
Desperation time here on 4th. Throw is caught by the back. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal in New Orleans.
To throw again here, it's Shuck. Catch made. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints come through to tie it in the 4th. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
They're lining up for 2. This is for the lead and potentially the win.
The Saints will line up for
throwing shot. And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bills trail by a couple. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. It's Allen out of the pistol. Headed out right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And Allen slides to a stop there with enough for the 1st.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
This is Cook. So call this a modest game here, Brock. About 3 yards. Second down coming up. The Saints calling for a timeout. So they're first. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Second and 7.
Middle. Look out.
He'll look to throw it. Buying some time right. Brought in right side by Kincaid. Wow, and he's about as close to the first as you can get, partner. Down to the 31, but didn't get it. It's 3rd down. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. And that brings up 4th and short.
Alert!
Just about a yard to the markers, and they're going to take the risk and go for this.
What's up?
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
It's a
50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Saints.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Moon's on the catch. Running down the left side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints go up by 8 at the end. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
A chance to make it a 2-score game now and likely clinch the win with this try. And likely game-winning extra point strikes true, and that should do it. We get a 2-score game now late. Smith has it on the tee, and it's ready to send it flying. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Now Allen off the play action. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We get 2nd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Escapes the pocket. Trying to push deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Iona Saker. And the Saints get the football back at their own 30 after that interception and return. Well, great work by the defense there.